Thank you, Nicholas, for this nice introduction. And I would like to thank to IEEE Computer Society and Carrie Cosby to carry on this, making this type of some new conference, virtual conference. So today's is my topic was the cybersecurity. My topic is the cybersecurity for symbiotic vehicular network. So as we, I think all of we know about that vehicular network where is the vehicle communications is going on with each V2V, V2I, and there is this new word is coming like symbiotic. Symbiotic is not the, we cannot say that it is a new word. It is a very old word to first time it's coming from the that is means symbiotic means is the first use in ad hoc network where we are connecting connecting the networks or nodes. They can update their features, they can connect each others and they will update features according to them. So there's they have some issues about the cyber securities. Those I'm gonna be talk about today. So let's to know about the what is the symbiotic network. So first use as an extension of ad hoc networks where devices make uses of each other's resources in order to extend their capability. So instead of the optimizing network parameters within the individual networks, symbiotic networking solution operates across the network boundaries. So it has not coming into like in the normal network they are using for the network optimizations. They're talking about the network optimizations. So these symbiotic networks, they are providing nodes and their parameters are optimized between the networks and communal routing protocols are developed the leading for the more global optimizations for the scarce networks resources. So, for example, we just talking about the example like symbiotic network as the data of sensor network along the highway is sent to the internet via intermediate mobile network, mobile ad hoc networking, and consisting of the vehicles. So they are using to those type of self manage those their network to vehicle with the help of the network communications channels. Second, like in the vehicular network, how can we use this symbiotic vehicular network is the like V2V, V2I, vehicle to infrastructure communication will be more efficient and the reach of vehicular applications can be extended as their co-located network can assist the propagating the vehicular informations to one vehicle to another vehicle, their services, their environment and their situations in that particular regions, so they can be change their informations to each others. So the symbiotic vehicular network should support self-organization, automatically reorganize itself to maintain and optimize the connectivity that required the support application in the dynamic network environments. So as in future, as we know that like a lot of research is going on the self-driving car and autonomous vehicle, those things. So once those vehicles are introducing in the real time situations in the market, so that time we require that type of dynamic network. They can be managed, they can be changed their features according to each others. They change their features, they change their compatibility, and they can make their automatically they can update their situations. They can take decision according to the situations. So new vehicles in networks should automatically and quickly detected and incorporated things. So that is the basics of the about the symbiotic vehicular networks. So now we like is our topic session topic is the cybersecurity of cyber physical system. So how can we use those features cyber world and physical world? So here we can see that information technologies they're using for the security cultures plus the physical features like vehicles, aeroplane, flight, whatever the transportations devices that can be nowadays they can be merged to each others and they will updated their features things. So there is they providing that we need to require them protect those cyber securities things. So as we know that our vehicles are upgrading their day by day and they are changing. So they are explaining within the 5 level of their upgradation of development their development of the vehicles from the beginning 90s, sorry 80s 50s they started from the vehicles automated things and until now what the status and how to development level they are defining. So they explain like here So level of vehicle automations, they will explained by the Society of Automotive Engineers SAE with their standard SAE J3016. So level 0, their drivers are only, there is conventional drivers, driver managers, all aspects of the speed directions they can control by the human manually completely. Then level 2, they are assisted the drivers receive the supports for the specialized tasks, for example parking indicators, backlight, that features they are included in the level 2 stage. Second stage, they are using to partial automations, their driver receives the support for the coping with the predefined scenario, services, traffic jam, warning, and those accident avoidance informations, and they will protect it. Their vehicles gonna be more upgraded things. So currently there is they're working on the level 3, that is the conditional automations. So driver can be reluctance control to the automated system, but must be the ready to the take back control, for example like motorway autopilot, those things. So as we can say that like currently that is the we are in the level 3 stage, the sum of vehicles they are providing this type of features, that conditional automations features, but still we have to update is the level 4 and level 5. Level 4 is the like significant network, significant automation, that is the majority of the journey may automate by the some drivers intervention may be required, for example that is the urban motoring. So we are belonging somewhere in the part between the level 3 and 4, those things that is going on, but still level 4 is a lot of work is required. And in the last level, that is level 5, there is a complete automation that we don't do like no human interventions things. So like this is examples. So this is the like this is level 5 vehicles. There is they are connected with the each and everything is connected with the Wi-Fi in the cyber world. So there's things in the we are looking for that vehicles development. So as a symmetric network, that we talk about the vehicle has the V2V communications, V2X communication, V2 inside of vehicle communication is going on nowadays, is already working. So as we know about the V2V communication, where vehicle to vehicle communicate, we can send the share their information, their location within the vehicles, and the vehicles to everything communication is provide the communication. This LTE, those for communication channel, through the communication channel we can communicate and we can share the whole reasons informations to each other's vehicles. And in vehicle communication, that is providing to getting the data from inside of the sensors, that is the CAN, control area network, electronic control units, sensors, and they will providing to those information, and according to those collecting information they will decide what is the status of the inside of the vehicles. They can find out the fuel, there is some sensors are not working well, some accelerator and braking things. Those information can be based on those collecting data from these sensors, so they can decide that and we repair to those informations things. So these are the communications channels they're providing for our vehicular communication environment. The first is the dedicated short range communication channel, that is the IEEE standard association. They're providing 802.11p in 2010. That is IEEE standards for the information technology that is provide the local and metropolitan area network. Specific requirement they defined in this standard for the wireless LAN medium access control, that is MAC, and physical layer they were providing the specification amended. Then they again is amended in this updated amended is the amended 6, that is provided wireless access in vehicular environment. That is the another new vehicular communication algorithm or protocol they are providing now. They're working on this they worked on that one, they developed and added in the amended 6. So these are the channels. As here we can see they started from the like channels as for 172 service channels, 172 to between the 184. So it will be belongs between the 5.85 megahertz to 5.925 megahertz, where 5.7 to 5 megahertz to 5.85 is will talking about the Wi-Fi band. Then 5.8 to 5.9 they will using the gigahertz and more connectivity from the Wi-Fi and the cellular network communications, those things. And they are using these channels like 5.9 to 7.1 for the future use, for the when the self-driving car and autonomous vehicle will becomes, then they will gonna be talk about these features. So that is we talk about the amended 6, that vehicular access in the vehicular environment, that is called the WAVE. So it involves the two IEEE standard, that is 1609 high layer protocols and 802.11p protocols. They will mix with that, combined with those things and find it their informations like 1609.1 that is using for the resource one, and in the web application they are defining one another specifically they are considered about the security. They think that yes, security is the important for the this uh, in this section in the vehicular communication environment. So they introduced in their amended 6, and they will start the working on this 1609.2 for the specify that protocol for the security purpose. Third, we have the 1609.3. They propose for the vehicular networking. How can be they connect to vehicles to vehicle, and how do they connection the network vehicular network gonna be work. They specify, they make the standard for in the IEEE 1609.3. And in last one 1609.4 they will using for the multi-channel operations for the physical and MAC layer like 802 IEEE 802.11p things. So this is the common network where they're gonna be used those things. So these are the security, talking about the security issues. So here we can see that they are require the security in each and every level. Even though like when vehicle to vehicle they are communicating each to each others, then they need the vehicle secure data, privacy, authentication and authorization informations, and they need to verify that what information is receiving and what information is delivering, they are not modified those things. Even though they are going to connected with the communication channel through the Wi-Fi hotspot or DSRC or consumer network Wi-Fi hotspot and other things, so they required to be much the secure communications between those environment. And this after that they have the communication services they provided for the fog computing, and they will connect with the cloud vehicular cloud network. So vehicular cloud network, they have stored the all systems, transportation rules, regulations, and their services, subscription based services. So they are providing to those informations for the to the vehicles with a secure channel. So where we required the secure channels to, so in the beginning of like automotive in the cybersecurity perspectives, we require the security is not the from the process, it is the product. When we start the manufacturing the product, then from the beginning of that product we need to think about the each and every level. We need to think as a make to design for the security point of view. So as a design level we have to design software and hardware. For the automotive cybersecurity we need to create the trusted platform. We need to ensure that interoperability of the vehicles, to confirm the standard in automotive cybersecurity is what the security approaches and what the algorithm hardware we are using. They must be the in according to standards. They match the standard of their network. They can follow those things. So that is belongs for the like design purposes. Can we also talk about that? It is the we talking about the inside of vehicle security. We're talking about the inside of the vehicle. Second, we have the build. After build, then we need to think about the security to build the secure communication environment, to develop the dynamic environment where vehicle gonna be talk about the anything infrastructures like traffic signals from the vehicles, from the anything else. So we require those things. So those things we require to communicate that information. We need to think about that. Then last one we have the services, like when what type of services vehicles are going to be used. So we can protect those services to for the vehicles. So to ensure the security architecture for the connected vehicles, to we need to secure to control vulnerabilities and pre and post threat, during the communication, during this using the services, before the using services, before after the using services, what type of risk happening that we need to think about that to register for the any applications or any services to use in the vehicle. So to allow users to use the services to low risk things. So the goals are the securing contents, authorizing access, authenticate users, message integrity. We need to provide this all protections, the security requirements we need to fulfill. That's why we need to achieve the all security methods for our vehicles. So this we need to think about the each level of the security. We need to provide the security for the each and every level things. So these are some attacks can be possible. That is example. These are some examples of the attacks for bogus information attacks, where the attackers can be transmit multiple bogus informations within a network, and they will ask that to like they can be happen with some greedy driver. He want to be clear their traffic, so he can just broadcast any messages to some wrong messages in the network within the network. So this, for example, like these images, then attacker transmit bogus information in vehicular in network and influence the driver decisions. Then we have disrupt the VANET, denial of the services. So in here, attackers to try create the artificial network congestion by the broadcasting too many messages and jamming the net communication channels. Then we have the vehicle data integrity. So data manipulation, we need to find what the information is receiving to between the going between two vehicles. They must be the verify those informations to they are not manipulated data, they are real data. Masquerading attack, that is the active attack, attempts to pretend to be the another driver by using to fake identities and can provoke the malicious objectives. Sorry. So attackers with the malicious objectives attempt to pretend to be the another driver by using the fake identities. Though this type of some common attacks is going on after they like these are the not only the four type of attacks. There is a multiple attacks. I'm just using as examples these attacks for the network. So for this reason, the society of vehicular network, vehicular communications, and transportation of government transportation, even though they are proposed lot of standard security standards. For example, like that is the 2016, that is NHT, National Highway Transportation System. These are the USA government Department of the Transportation. They are issued this cybersecurity best practices modern standard documents project, and there is in the worldwide there is a lot of project is going on like Preserve, Evita, 2.3 to 3.1, 3.2, SAE, Society of Automotive Engineers. They are working on a lot of projects like Preserve. They are finding the security requirements. Evita, they will talking about the security requirements for the automotive onboard networks based on the dark side scenario. Say, and third one, Evita 3.1, they are talking about security requirements, automotive onboard networks from the dark side is the updated version of this thing. Then 3.2, they are talking about the security and trust model. How can we be secure and trusted about the data information is going in flowing in the network? Then talking about that one. And SAE is recommended for the security and privacy, the era of the next generation vehicles. So they except these are the some projects. There is a lot of other organizations they are working for the project like Script, Intel, Microsoft, Tesla, Toyota, and MIT. They are working of these cybersecurity projects they have. So these are the vehicular cybersecurity practices. They are the some standard, and the some projects are going is worked already done, and some projects are already going on. So each project have what the features, security features they are concentrating and they are talking in their project. So for example, that Department of Transportation HS 812014, they are talking about the readiness for the V2V technology applications. They design the system architecture. ISO 26262, they are talking about the system architectures and security assessment. That MISRA ISO 27001 and this ISO 26262, they are talking about the security assessment. So these are the some different projects and standard they are using or they are working in the security fields. So cybersecurity standard is the like cybersecurity guidebook by Cyber Physical System is published January 2016 that by the SAE. So they identify and access cybersecurity threats related to the vehicles, design cybersecurity into cyber physical vehicle system throughout the entire development life cycle, provides the foundation of further standard development, significant increase in the level of open source activity in the automotive space. So here are the some but here we are talking about the traditional vehicles and traditional securities matches, security issues. So for this securities issue, traditional securities protection is not enough. It's still like current time is those advanced vehicles. They have a lot of threats about the third-party apps, oversight, key fib, matching, personal data leakage, and those are a lot of the issues. Like some attacks I already talked about the previous slide. So these are the some traditional security, they are not enough to protect the vehicles. So for that purpose we had proposed this blockchain technologies for the this traditional to how can we remove those traditional security issues like centralized architecture, heavy on resources, unable to protect data that is mobile, unable to handle large amounts of data at the same time, no access to vehicle history, and no distributed networks. So how can we protect those things with the blockchain technology? We had provided like everyone about basics things about the know what is blockchain technology. So as we know that blockchain is decentralized architecture, low on the resource, able to protect data that is mobile, able to handle the large amount of data at the same time, access to vehicle history and distributed networks. How can they will gonna be use it? So let we explore something. So as we know, these are the four basic pillar of the every blockchain, or we can say that these are the basic characteristic of the blockchain technology. First, like distributed consensus, there is a all party agrees to the network, verify the transaction, which is provide the trustability, liability, and authentication authorizations. Second, we have the distributed ledger, that is append only system of record, share, and across the business network that will provide the availability, retainability, and traceability of the whole vehicles informations. Third, we have the cryptography. They're using the ensuring secure, authenticated, and verifiable network. That for as we know that we are using the SHA things. So they will be providing the confidentiality, data encryptions, integrity, and no modifications. And last, we have the smart contract that will provide the terms embedded in the transactions database and executed with the transactions. So it will be provide that trust the negotiation process and the final contract availability and trustability and non-repetitions things. So these all four features of blockchain, four features are they are providing this protect the all secure vehicles, the basic securities, or we can say that what the type of secure we talk about the attacks, they can provide those they can protect with those attacks. So how can be it work like blockchain technology process in like autonomous vehicle? We are talking about the not the where level 2 vehicles. We're talking about the from the level 3 to level 5 vehicles. We have proposed from the as much as self-driving car and autonomous vehicles. This blockchain technology, how gonna they gonna be protect those things? So they have, for example, there is a one vehicles, they are senders. The blockchain enable autonomous vehicle. They have informations, they broadcast those informations. Through the information they have using the crypto hashing, transmission, distributed and validate the information. And then within the network through the with the help of cloud, vehicular cloud, their data transmission is committed to blockchain and miners are rewarded. So this blockchain server we are talking about that some network that is cloud servers, and they are connected with the vehicles or these servers. So then receivers we can get it after the verifying and rewarded the miners. They will receiver can be get the informations for the verifications. Where we talk about the vehicular cloud is the hybrid technology that uses the vehicle resources such as computing, data storage, and internet decision making. Second, we have that miner. We talk about the miner. A miner is a blockchain enabled vehicles that can validate to the data transmission in the network. So this is the simple process. How can it work? But there is still we have think about to how to those features are going to be implemented in the in blockchain technology features going to implement in the vehicles, right? So here we have a proposed that is a trust bit reward based intelligent vehicle communications paper. There we talk about that laser. There is all information is going to store in the laser, and we have to hash functions they can create from the Merkle tree to make the block to headers they will use. And we proposed also algorithm for the proof of driving. So that is consensus algorithm. We had proof we have proposed that proof of driving, because that we if we going to use the proof of work and proof of other consensus algorithm, they have that lot of communications, they need a lot of communication powers and those things. So in here we use proof of driving to only verify that vehicles are in mobile form or in the static form. That can be verified that the vehicle is not the static, is not going to done by the some attackers and those things. So we have proposed this proof of driving algorithm. There is a way provide the functions, and we use the less nonce and find out their difficulties, means how many nonce we're going to use there, and then in the result we get it the original proof of driving with the nonce and difficulties, and we get it the asset original proof of driving to successfully is result if, and then we get it the return back to that blockchain station that okay, this vehicle has the what is the condition, what is the status of that vehicles. So then we have also proposed for the smart contract, like who is going to involve in the network, our blockchain network. Those vehicles is not going to be anyone can be involved. We need to find out the some trustable and those things. So if we create the some smart contract, if they are agree with that our according to our smart contract, then they're going to be entered in the our network. So this is the whole process for the our vehicular blockchain technology blockchain methodology for the vehicular symbiotic vehicular network. So here we have the video clips. So yeah, here you can see this is the traditional. We're talking about the traditional network. How can be this traditional network is working current time? The vehicle is coming and they are believe they are statistic and they are following with the signals with the help of their what the traffic signals. They move after the green light. They stand with the red light, but with the help of that is sometimes it's not working. They have a lot of issues. They don't know what the vehicle is coming. So for this, we have proposed this whole seamless communications. That is our next slide. That is showing that how to blockchain gonna be work. So this is another video. Can you get it with the Nicholas 69? Yeah. So for here we can find out the video. You can see there is vehicle is coming with the blockchain technology and they are sharing their information to each others, and they will find out the vehicle speed. They can control vehicle speed based on their situation, based on their all environment and what information they are receiving, those things. So these are the blockchain based network. We have talked about that currently. So yeah. So here we have using to some reward based system. As we talk about the miner, we get the reward. Then why we require that reward systems things? Because the for the reward purpose we have proposed intelligent vehicles trust point, that is the IVTP, which using the blockchain secure trusted communication based of blockchain server and store the vehicle hash ID and those informations to the server, and they will connect it to in the each, they will work for the each and communications. So why we are using for the reward purpose? Because in the vehicles they are going to share the real information or wrong information. If they are sharing the wrong information, then how can we vehicles be going to get the feedback? So reward points we are using to as a several benefits for the this IVTP. First benefit, we can verify the vehicles are the legal or not, they are the signed their smart contract or not, they are in our network. Second, we have to propose those IVTP, they can be work for that things to, how can be they were gonna be like in the future there is a vehicle gonna be resale, they don't need to show that their whole data, they just provide their IVTP information that this is the my IVTP, they can verify. Okay, as much as vehicle has the trust point, that is the more reliable and trusted vehicles, and they have according to cost they can use it, resell. Second, we have to insurance scheme, like currently what happened, if we are using the vehicle, we are going to use the vehicle, we are paying whole insurance for the whole year, not the, but in the whole year we are not driving, right? Every day and every hours we are not driving, we are driving only few of hours. For example, if I'm using to my car from my office to home, I'm just going to for the only weekdays, but we are paying for the whole year's amount of the insurance. So with the help of this IVTP, we can claim that whenever we are moving and whenever we are drive, those information will be provided with the help of IVTP, can be insurance to the insurance company, and we can ask them to reduce their amount of the payment, how much we need to plan. So these are the benefit for our reward systems for the IVTP, that trust point. So we have, but still these are the, I just talk about the simple blockchain implementations, but still they have a lot of issues like conjunctions of the significant amount of power. If we use only single blockchain, then we, if we are just simply talk about them. Second, we have the requires large size of data servers to manage information in real time. In the only one server of the blockchain is not possible to manage those things. Third, we have the storage of data needs to store for the long periods of time, more than the 2 years. So management of data exchange is mobile and dynamic environment is difficult to manage things. So for this we have to propose another step. We had improve, that is another step of our blockchain mechanism. We are proposed to two blockchain server. One is the LDB and another one is the MB. That LDB is the local dynamic blockchain server that will be, we can install in the one local region or one two or traffic situations, two local traffic in location. And then we have the another one that is the main blockchain server that can be connected with the several traffic systems. So local dynamic blockchain server we can using to the dynamically, we can store their informations only for the few weeks, only for the few months, and after that they are, when the once they are gonna be full, they are automatically they're gonna be update their data, they reduce, they will delete the previous data and they will update it to new data things. And main blockchain server we have gonna be stored as a summary event, what is happened in that particular region and particular local region, that will be gonna be stored in the main blockchain. So that can be managed for the data management for the lot of vehicles there in coming on the some particular region. So lot of data is going to generate. So those data generation we have just stored as a summary event based information in the main blockchain, and that local dynamic blockchain will be updated, is automatically is going to what is going on the normal way. They are going up, coming and deleting and going and deleting things. So we have to did this implementations things in there. That is the our framework for this blockchain, like main blockchain and local blockchain based blockchain dynamic based server. We had to propose those framework, and then we going to talk about that our branching systems. Like as I talk about the local dynamic blockchain, in some particular time there is a lot of traffic congestions. So in that case, handling those informations, they can automatically they can make it the branch, and within those branch they can be manage that informations things. So we had the patent about this proposed our branch based blockchain based vehicular communications. So there is a branching is performed by the local dynamic blockchain when the amount of traffic can be handled in the real time. The branching process is governed by these equations, like delta t is the average time which equals to the summations of difference between the mining time and the message broadcasting time over the total number of vehicles. depends on that things. For example, we have provide the simulation result for this our proposed idea. So that is looks like this one. So in the, for example, this is the intersection. There is a coming the fourth side. The all vehicle is coming. Now which vehicle is going to move in the same side if something happen? So how can we be? You are talking. We don't going to use to this traffic signal. That is where I already show that is based on the our the blockchain video. So they is gonna be manage their speed according to that. So this is like we are talking about the state changes for the vehicles contain information about updates in the vehicles, position, velocity, acceleration, etc. The state change contains by the following field. That is the message broadcasting time, and then what is the which time like IV vehicles ID, that is unique ID which is randomly generated in order to avoid the mining for the similar block. Then we have to time stamp denotes the time when the state was generated, and then we have the position contains the location of the vehicles including the direction in which the vehicle is moving, which way the vehicle is moving, and that a state change message broadcast provide the state change of type records various time including the information on the start, acceleration, braking, turning, halting, and all these stage things. So these four values are included within the hash blocks and which must start with the specific nonce, that is number of zeros. So for example, that is the happening when talking about the last these all vehicles are coming in the intersections. So there is the vehicle is first vehicle, second, and this process is coming to vehicle gonna be assigned IV1 is the as you work as a miner and it will provide the list which vehicle is coming in the intersection first and is based on the message receiving things. So based on that in they will provide to table which vehicle is going to move according to that things they are gonna be using this timestamp based reward distributions specifications. Then these are the reward point. For example, we can talk about those things. So here and for the simulation we have to like we don't have that self-driving car like intelligent vehicles, so we just use with the computers. So we as a use server and four computers for the as a vehicles we assume that things, and we use for the calculation average time taken for the mining analysis in the seconds and number of the nonce. So for this we have used 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 level of the nonce. So if we as much as we are increasing the level of nonce, that is the number of zeros, the vehicle is going to be computational power is taking the higher and higher. So for this we just we use to simulation for the level 3 only for 3 no, using the 3 0 for the before nonce for the nonce purpose. So for we get these results. So these are the talking about the average time for state change validation with the load of 2200 state change per minute is happened. So here we're talking about the branching based one branch, second, two branches and four branches. So it will becomes this is for the I can we see these are the coming for the in the starting is going to very high, but as much as the data time is coming that is going to slow. Second we have to branch 2. So branch 2 and we'll talk about this is dark blue one is the branch 4 and this green one is branch 2. So we can see that branch 4 is still can be given the better result for that branch 2 things. So as we talk about that branch is the low and then it will be giving to the better result. As much as we traffic is the low, then we get it the fast calculation stage change can be possible. Second, we have to some issues to how to push the blockchain in utilizing the same basic road and highway infrastructures to push for the blockchain solutions with what we required. So first, this benefit we can get it the increase the number of passengers, we increase the amount of goods, increase the average speed, and it will decrease the congestion, decrease the accident and crashes, and decrease the carbon footprint, and is also going to reduce to the some highway infrastructures cost things. So these are the final remarks like blockchain technology. We talk about the overview, blockchain adoptions, approaches, and decentralized applications benefit that gonna be used things, and these are the some untouched issues. Still we are required for the lot of research for this scalability of the blockchain, security, data immutability, energy consumptions, and late interoperability. So autonomous vehicle blockchain simulation is provide the intersection uses blockchain based autonomous vehicle, and we did the simulation evaluation and research scope. As we talk about that, we have a lot of research scope is open for the blockchain one. And his last is conclusion. So today's talk we talk about to automotive cybersecurity perspective to understand the problem and need to domain for the automotive technology. Cybersecurity challenges is manufacturing in vehicle communication and automation. Automotive cybersecurity, these are the some organizations who are working for this field. And last we had proposed to automotive blockchain technology, that is the make the build trust distributed decentralized data and maintain the privacy reliability, those things. And the last slide we have to this the subject matter expert that can be I just proposed. I just finished our course, automotive cybersecurity course, that is IEEE Computer Society is run by this and is available on the IEEE Explorer digital library and e-learning IEEE learning network. So if anyone has this to getting the more details about the automotive cybersecurity things, so these are the 5 courses we have completed and that is uploaded in the IEEE site. So you guys can be go and watch those videos, those lectures can be used. I hope that gonna be useful for you. And this is about me, that is already Nicholas is introduced, so I'm not gonna be talk about 2 more things. And now that's thank you for this. So if you have any question, then please let me know. Sorry for delay. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, symbiotic vehicular network and interoperating. Yeah. So interoperating network, as we talk about that, this symbiotic network is not for the only one particular locations wise. Interoperability network, that is a operational is going on within the network, within the vehicle or within the network, so they can be managed to sharing those informations within some fixed reason or fixed particular operations things, right? But in symbiotic network, that is we talk about to the network as ad hoc network and mobile based network that can be possible in the some larger scale gonna be happens. So that is the basic difference of this symbiotic network, vehicular network, and this interoperability vehicular network. Sorry. So what video you talking about? That is talking about my video, right? What I propose those video. Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. So they so yeah, why we need to decentralize blockchain, right? This is the main question is that. So we require the decentralized regular network because as I talk about this blockchain network, with decentralized network, we have providing to several data and that vehicle we can share with the insurance company, and we can protect to privacy also. If attacked, whatever, where is the attacker is targeted things. If attackers know that what is the our taking to taking point, so they are forcing to that location, right? So if once centralized data, centralized network or centralized server is gonna be compromised with the attacker, so we all they can destroy the whole network, But in decentralized purpose, if we got it that okay, one network have giving the some wrong information, is distributing and trying to destroy our network, so other networks can be block that node, that particular node, and they can work together. So there is a no problem with there is a no huge interruption between the network going to work smoothly based on these decentralized features, right? So that's why we are required to decentralized network. If we are going to, that is the basic problems between the centralized one. If there is a center thing, so everyone is going to attack on that center. But if there is a way to provide that, okay, and once those in the decentralized network, one network node is going to make the problem, then we can block them. And even though we are blocking them, we don't lose any data, because those are all other data are stored in the our blockchain server, other blockchain networks nodes, so we can access those informations. So we don't have, but in the centralized section, if we are blocked that network, so it's destroy the whole network. So we need to wait for that, how to recover those information, those find things, right? For yeah, for that I actually, as I mentioned, I didn't use currently in the blockchain. We have to Ethereum and Hyperledger and some others platform. They are asking to use those things, but I didn't use any that platform. I'm just, as mentioned, I'm taking those features, basic four features of the blockchain technology, and I'm trying to involve those features in our network, in the vehicular network. How to go, we are trying to connect those network. So that's why we didn't use the any platform, not Ethereum, not Hyperledger, not I think any other platform. We just use the blockchain features, and we try to make the decentralized network based on those features. Yeah, thank you.